Though the dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, you'd never know it at New York's biggest toy store. Here, dinosaurs are big business, generating millions of sales and enthralling kids of all ages. Candies, balloons, sweatshirts, you name it, somebody will stick a dinosaur on it.
He's killing it! Whoa!
Oh, you're going to push him right off the cliff.
Whoa! And he's charging!
Oh, but he'll crush them all. He's too big, the T-Rex. That's the problem. That's why it was called a Rex.
No, but it's
the king of the all.
But it's 3 against 2.
You might think that you couldn't come up with anything new on dinosaurs. Well, one fellow did. He was a toy inventor, looking for something new for his own children's Christmas. So he asked them, and he came up with a moneymaker that has astounded the entire American toy industry. In 1985, Jim Alley needed a winner. Toys were a cutthroat business. For him, gloom already had set in.
It was the day after Christmas, and my kids had just gotten all the robots they could ever stand. And I knew that I was looking for the next thing that would make kids really excited. And I thought, gee, what was the one theme that kids didn't have any toys to play with? And it came to me right away that my kids, and when I was a child, the same thing, everybody likes dinosaurs. And the kids really need something with dinosaur toys. And you just couldn't give a kid a couple of dinosaurs to play with. You had to give them a reason to play with the dinosaurs. So I came up with the idea of Dino Riders.
Great.
Now these guys are all in exact scale to the dinosaurs. So this is like, these are like 5'10", and this is how big the dinosaur was, really big.
Really would be. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all the dinosaurs are like, they're all in scale to each other then, too.
Yes,
okay,
they are.
great.
Mm-hmm. That's
I hope the good guys have a weapon that's as good as the bad guys. It got us into the international scene. It was a big thing for us in the United States. We developed a TV show that went on the air around Dino Riders. We were the first toy company to come up to sell a video cassette to promote a product category. It made us a big-time company. Kids love Dino Riders. It's a concept that has been able to be interpreted around the world because every kid has that fantasy about dinosaurs and that they were real, but they're kind of mystical and they're kind of scary, but they were big and real and really, truly exciting.
You've come a long way to die, youngster.
Looking for someone? Shark breath?
I'll be back, youngster.
Dino Riders are here.
I look back at that and say, gee, I wish I could have another day after Christmas like that.
Well, movie moguls, too, found a way to make money out of dinosaurs. Countless films from King Kong to Fantasia fired imaginations around the globe. Mostly, it was the aggressive flesh eaters that were used to terrify the audiences, frequently in pursuit of buxom young ladies. The fact that the dinosaurs disappeared from Earth 64 million years before we appeared wasn't allowed to get in the way of a good story. Well, movie moguls, too, found a way to make money out of dinosaurs. Countless films from King Kong to Fantasia fired imaginations around the globe. Mostly, it was the aggressive flesh eaters that were used to terrify the audiences, frequently in pursuit of buxom young ladies. The fact that the dinosaurs disappeared from Earth 64 million years before we appeared wasn't allowed to get in the way of a good story.
I'd like you to meet the family. Here are two members.
Ray Harryhausen is the grand old man of special effects, especially dinosaurs.
Here's the Allosaurus and the pterodactyl that carried Miss Welsh away. You take the basis of a real Allosaurus and you glamorize it like you would a movie star, like the eyebrows to cast shadows and sort of a demonic-looking expression on its face. And you give it a good mouthful of teeth, of course. The way you animate it dictates whether he's a villain or a hero. When you see him on the screen, 40 feet high, with a little figure of a real person next to him, I think you'll find that you wouldn't like to stay around while he examines you as a morsel. Dinosaurs, by their very appearance, are dynamic creatures. You have to write the story around it to make use of them in the way that man sees them. We're not making a film for professors because they usually don't go to see these type of films. And we're making a film to entertain the public. So certain liberties are taken. But basically, the whole principle is to get them as accurate as possible.
Tom Strauss, here in the shed at the bottom of his garden, is an engineer by day. His obsession with dinosaurs lacks the resources for anything but a one-man exhibition. But his homemade movies have won him a delighted, if limited, audience.
When I was a kid, I was fascinated by dinosaurs by the original motion picture of King Kong. From that moment on, I had an urge to do my own motion picture. The project started off when I was in high school. At the time, money was very scarce. I used these wire keys from a guitar of mine. And primarily, most of this is from bicycle chains and washers, nuts and bolts. That was generally what was available for me. And in order to keep this creature suspended in air while you're animating them one frame at a time. In the beginning, I had no experience on it, and I had to learn, and I kind of felt the best way to learn is to do it. At the time, people felt that the dinosaurs were very cold-blooded, and I really didn't believe it. And I wanted also to project these animals to show that they had feelings toward their offspring. I knew that the fight scene was terrifying, and I did have an audience of kids viewing my film. When I was showing this to this group of kids, and I took my eye off the screen and watched the faces on the kids, and especially the point where the fight was going on, and some of the reactions from these kids were they were covering their faces and they turned their head. It totally electrified me.